I'm interested at the moment as to where you're seeing the most value being attributed to AI companies.
Thanks for having me. We are very early in the AI revolution, and I think it's a very general technology. It has huge potential to improve people's lives and productivity and contribute to complex problems in climate and education and science. In the near term, some of the areas we're seeing the most immediate value include democratization of creative capabilities. So giving everyone the ability to generate image and voice and video where you used to need to develop creative skills, and trying to give experts leverage. So think of companies that enable lawyers to do their work more quickly, or data scientists to leverage their work for a broader business audience. So we've invested in companies like Seek and Harvey in this vein.
We're looking at some of your portfolio companies there more broadly, and there is, of course, the minute you start to say leveling the playing field, democratization when it comes to image, to voice, copyright concerns come to the fore. How are you seeing the founders that you're working with really get ahead of the curve of where regulation could come?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a series of tricky issues that companies playing in this field need to consider. And that includes copyright, includes disinformation, it includes abuse of these technologies by malicious actors, as you'll see with every technology tool, like the internet, of course. And so we expect when we invest in companies for founders to think about these issues from a responsible AI perspective from the very beginning.
And it's interesting, of course, you've been someone who thought a lot about Web3 and indeed the democratization of finance in that way. Crypto immediately comes to mind. Some people are trying to compare and contrast the way in which the AI ecosystem is looking to get ahead of regulation or at least start asking for it sooner vis-a-vis the crypto sphere. But is that our own naivety to realize how AI has been being built, you know, for decades at a lot of these big companies, and certainly the startups as well? We all suddenly feel like it's brand new and shiny because we're now touching it as a consumer. But are we behind the curve when it comes to regulation, or are we managing to be at a better pace this time?
So this may not be a very popular view, but I think we actually need to be going faster on the regulatory front. That doesn't necessarily mean licensing, for example, to train models. I'd be cautious about cementing the concentration of power to the few organizations today and allowing them to decide who has access. But in terms of the governance questions that come about when you have a technology that is so general, progressing at a rapid speed, that justifies anxiety, and it should justify investment from both the private sector and academia and policymakers to understand and get ahead of the changes that will come in society. So I think we're going to need very strong partnership between industry and policymakers to, reap the benefits of AI and mitigate some of the concerns. And we're committed to engaging to inform and contribute to that process.
Yeah, are you contributing? Do you feel the administration and those in power are speaking with the right people within this field?
I think there is a rapid acceleration of engagement from both sides over the last few months. And so we've been participants in that. These are complex issues, right? Managing the misuse of AI is something that must be arrived at through an inclusive and democratic process. And it's hard because it's also technical, right? I think people are learning a lot. But I do think there's an opportunity for perhaps pro-technology policy making that is, for lack of a better term, not just defensive, right? Protecting against some of the issues that we discussed, but also really goes on the offensive, right? In that you just showed a clip from Eric Schmidt. I think that this is relevant from a national security perspective, relevant from a sort of economic stability perspective, and also relevant in that, it'd be a real shame if some of the sort of more ambitious applications of AI in, for example, science or education were not reached because we didn't get regulation right.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about, there are some companies in our portfolio that are in small ways today already contributing to that. We have a company called CoRise that uses AI to reduce the cost of reskilling for workers. And so I think there are a lot of benefits that we also want to support here.
Yeah, where do you fall on that general optimism, pessimism viewpoint on whether this can ultimately be beneficial to society from a we all get more time to do more impactful work, or is there a worry that jobs will be reduced and people won't be reskilled at the rate that they need to be?
Yeah, I think it would be intellectually dishonest for a technologist working in this field to not have that worry, right? And so, I founded the firm because I believe that AI is a technology of abundance, but that won't happen. The distribution of that abundance will not happen automatically, right? And so this is why I think there's real room for, nuanced policy making here. And so the technology is only good as the guardrails we give it. But I think like the magic of the American innovation system is like technology drives wealth creation. There are so many things that are much cheaper for everyday Americans than they were 10 years ago because of advancements in productivity and technology. And like one of my greatest hopes for the AI revolution is that a few of the fields that have been quite resistant to decreasing in cost, like health and education, we can make some inroads on.